So consider the following narrative description. Draw the data flow diagram for this description. If missing, consider suitable data to complete the description. Okay, the purpose of the textbook inventory system at a campus bookstore is to supply textbooks to students for classes at a local university. The university's academic department submits initial data about courses, instructors, textbooks, and projected enrollments to the bookstore on a textbook master list. Okay, the bookstore generates a Form 17, which is called purchase order, which is sent to publishing companies supplying textbooks. Book orders arrive at the bookstore accompanied by a packing slip, which is checked and verified by the receiving department. Students fill out a book request form that includes course information. When they pay for their books and the students are given a paper tape cash register sales receipt. It's not case, it's a cash register sales receipt. So we have to start with the zero level data flow diagram and we have to proceed with the other levels of diagram. Now let's see in this data flow diagram. Okay, we need to consider certain notations. Okay, certain notations are there. For say for process, there will be circle. For data flow, there will be arrow-headed line. For entity, there will be rectangle. For database, it's open-ended rectangle. Open-ended rectangle. Now, these notations are to be used, and arrow cannot be double-headed. Okay, like this. It cannot be like this. No. Okay. And one thing also you need to take care that entity and another entity, they cannot communicate directly. Okay, like here is a student and here is another entity, say instructor. So when it is a kind of one table, another table. Without any SQL statement, they cannot interact. Okay, it's not possible. There should be any at least a single process, and this entity and this database, even they cannot interact directly. Then there can be a database and another database. Even this, they cannot interact directly. Okay, and in this case, vice versa also, they cannot. Then there cannot be a process, say like a process is there. It's not receiving any input, but it is generating output. Say all outgoing edges are there, say. Okay, then this is called miracle box. It's not possible. It should get some input. Okay, then only it can produce output on the basis of certain input and then processing. Or there cannot be any process, say a process, it's only receiving input, all inputs. Okay, but it's not generating any output. then it's a black hole in your design. Okay. Then let's draw for this. Let's draw. Let's start with 0 level for this textbook inventory system. Okay, let's at 0 level there is, okay, let's write here that 0 level data flow diagram. Okay, so there is one at 0 level, there is only a single process. Let's name it. It's a given in statement textbook inventory system. Okay, now please speak. What all entities are there which are interacting with this statement you have seen?
Instructors, students,
Instructors,
publisher,
students,
Academic departments.
academic department,
publisher,
publisher.
bookseller.
Have you seen that instructor is written there? What instructor is doing in that?
Instructor was not an entity, I guess.
Instructor is not given in that. Say there is one entity. First entity is, say, university academic department. That department is there. Then another is, yes, publisher is there. Student is there.
So receiving department is also there.
Receiving department, yes. That is at university. No, sorry, in campus bookstore. Same, for which we are creating the system. Okay, textbook inventory system. In this, there is a receiving department also. Student is there. And one more is that student will get a cash book register, this cash book sales receipt. So whatever sale will be there, let's keep accounts department for that because it's generating a receipt. Okay. Receiving department we can add here, but because it is only part of that bookstore only. So for time being, I'm not considering that. Okay, we will see. We will rather see that because in that it is mentioned that in receiving department quality will be checked. Okay, quality will be checked rather for this thing. What type of books which you have received? Maybe misprinting is there or some other. You requested for some edition and publisher has sent you some different edition. Okay, you requested for information system analysis and design James A. Sen, but they have sent you Bentley. Okay, so these kind of different author or different title, these kind of. Okay, let's consider with these four basic entities. Now, this academic department, it's sending textbook master list. Okay, to this inventory system, textbook inventory system, which is at campus bookstore. So now maybe that in departments, when instructors they have decided the books, the textbook for the next semester to be offered, and it is mentioned that on the basis of the projected enrollment in next semester, how many students are going to register in my course. So I will tell that, okay, for information system analysis or engineering analysis and design, James N will be followed. Okay, and maybe the edition is 4th edition. Now at textbook inventory system at campus bookstore, he has different catalogs of the different publishers, and he may see that there is either the title is wrong and different author is given, or the version edition they have mentioned, maybe that edition is totally out of print and now new edition is available. Okay, so that way there may be certain missing things or certain omitted details, they are not there. So for that there may be some you can say report on textbook master list. Okay, or feedback, say feedback is there on textbook master list, say this abbreviation I am using. Okay, now once,
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
For an input arrow, will there always be a backward arrow? As in the statement, there was no such statement like a feedback will be there. But we created it just because we had an input arrow, so we had to create one that was coming back.
No. It's not that if there is one input, then there will be output also. No. It is only when you will be creating, because this design we are creating for what? For a program that we have to create for that. Okay. And we can understand, we can assume that it's not that the academic department has prepared a list, it will go to publisher and it will be always correct.
Okay.
That is, we have to find out that this can be also a data flow. This can also happen. This can also happen. That all you will understand with your experience. How many case studies you will study, you will read, you will come to know. And how many data flow diagrams you will create with your own hand, you'll understand.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay? Because sometimes there may be that in textbook master list, as I told you, that maybe for this thing, 5th semester, you are presently in 4th semester, say. In 4th semester, there are, say, 5 courses. Okay, against EAD, it's written that 126 projected enrollment. And another subject is there, say, database management system. And against that, it is written only 60. Okay. And at campus bookstore, when it goes, they may scan it. A person who is receiving it may scan it and may find that there is an inconsistency because class is same. How come it is in the same, and it is a core course, it's not an elective course. So how come in one course it is 126 and in the other it is 60 only? Or like I told you, edition may be old. Okay, or that edition is out of print, or James N is not available even in market, that book. So then it will send you that this book is not available in market nowadays. So, and may send a catalog also, or may alternatives also he may suggest. And then academic department will go through that, and maybe that they themselves, if it is only 60 and 126, they may themselves correct it, or they may send back to department that you please go through this. These things are there. Okay, so that will be on the basis of the developer's experience, system analyst experience. Okay, we'll learn. That's what is that one of the outcomes, that we have to develop the system thinking. Okay, with this we will understand. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's see that book list has been prepared. Now in textbook master list, it was mentioned the title will be there. Maybe authors are there, projected enrollment is there. Okay. Now at campus bookstore, maybe for in EAD book, already in hand, quantity on hand in campus bookstore, maybe 20 books are already lying. Okay. And 126 you have sent. And they want to place a order. It's mentioned that a purchase order will be prepared on form number 17, and that will go to publisher. Now, if it is 126 is there and 20 are already lying, so maybe you can calculate, or some book you want to keep in reserve also, maybe 10 copies. So means quantity will be decided on the basis of projected enrollment and quantity on hand. It's always okay. So now it will prepare, this textbook inventory system will prepare a purchase order. That purchase order will go to publisher. Say I'm writing PO, and somewhere if you want to write, you can write also that form 17 because it's mentioned. But otherwise, purchase order will also be suffice your purpose because we are drawing logical data flow diagram, and if it is a physical data flow diagram, you have to mention form 17. Okay. Then from publisher okay, from publisher, books along with packing slip, books and packing slip. There can be a number of different data flows you can write here, or you can add another line on that. You can write packing slip separately. There is no issue. As space permits, accordingly you can do. Okay, books and packing slip will come. And now at campus bookstore, it's mentioned that receiving department will see these all. So if you want to create, here you can create another entity for receiving department. Then these books and packing slip will go to receiving department. Receiving department will check the quality. All means books are in order. They will refer to purchase order first. That copy from their file they will take out that on which purchase order number on which particular date, because packing slip will contain the purchase order number also, that against that purchase order we are sending this shipment. Okay, so they will refer, and then books quantity will be updated in the database. But at 0 level we never show database. Okay, we just show the entity and a single process. So I'm not considering here receiving department. I'm just but if you want, we can. Let's add receiving department. Somebody discussed about, say, receiving department. Now this order books and packing slip, because in packing slip all quantity and everything is given here. Now if in packing slip, say some books are not in good condition, okay, torn books or some pages are missing or misprinting is there, or I ordered James S.N. and they have sent the Bentley. Okay, now on this books there may be some, you can say, report. Okay, shipment report, you can say shipment or order report, shipment which you have received. On the basis of that shipment report, and that shipment report will go to, okay, now packing slip is there, book is there, quantity you will check, and whichever are in order, your database will be updated for quantity on hand. And if there is a shipment request, sorry, shipment report, that will go to publisher back. Shipment report. Okay. And that will be there in packing slip, that if it is that you placed the order for, say, 20 books, but on hand they have only 15 books. So all 5 they can write in, they can mention in this packing slip. Okay, that these are not available. So that way, because when they will be shipped, the purchase order will remain same. So this receiving department has to refer to that purchase order. Okay. Now till your campus bookstore database, this process is done. And still, if there is any doubt, you please ask. Now sale process will start. This was purchase process. Now student will send a, I think, book request form. It's a book request form. Student will fill and will send to this. And because it is mentioned there that cash register sales receipt. Okay, it means it's a sales. Okay, either they have paid in their fee. Okay, on that basis they will get, or you can mention here with this book request form, you
Excuse
can
me, sir.
mention payment also. Yes, please.
Sir, like we had the shipment report from the receiving department and we sent it back to the publisher. So similarly, when we are sending the textbook master list from academic department and receiving the feedback, so will we not send an updated list to back?
If you want to mention, you can mention here that updated list, or
So-
it will be understood that again textbook master list will go.
Okay.
Okay, that instance we have to show once. It is a kind of instance. If you will create another, there is no issue. If it is updated,
Okay.
you want to write, you can write updated, or you can write textbook master list itself.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then the student will give book request form and payment, and student will get back books along with cash register sales receipt. Okay, and one copy of this cash register sales receipt that will go here also. They are to maintain the record. Register sales receipt. Is it okay? Any doubt? Anything?
सर जो ये DFD डायग्राम है जीरो लेवल, ये हमें यही बता रहा है ना कि डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव जो मेरा ऐप यूज करेंगे उनके पास क्या क्या अथॉरिटी रहेगी, मतलब कि स्टूडेंट जो है वो चेंज नहीं कर सकता कुछ।
जो
वो view
यूज
कर
करेंगे उनके लिए नहीं है, ये यूजर्स के लिए नहीं है, ये तो डेवलपर के लिए है।
हाँ,
इसको देख के डेवलपर बनाएगा, ये वाली ऐप डेवलप करेगा।
बट ये
अभी
होना
तो हम
चाहिए ना,
रिक्वायरमेंट स्टेज पे हैं। रिक्वायरमेंट्स के बाद हमने वो स्टेटमेंट बनाई थी एक, लेकिन वो स्टेटमेंट अब आप ये देखो कि ये क्लियर है कि वो स्टेटमेंट क्लियर है, दोनों में से कौन सा बेटर है?
जीरो
तो
लेवल
ये
DFD।
हाँ, एक तो ये है, एक ये है, एंड दिस इज ओनली जीरो लेवल। अभी हम नेक्स्ट लेवल ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं इसका।
बट ये कहीं ना कहीं हमें ये भी बता रहा है ना कि स्टूडेंट के पास क्या क्या अथॉरिटी है, वो चेंजेस नहीं कर सकता बुक लिस्ट के अंदर, वो बस अपनी क्वेरी डाल सकता है।
बट कोई चेंजेस कर सकता है, वो कहाँ पे है इसमें?
एकेडमिक डिपार्टमेंट।
नहीं, पर हमने तो कहीं नहीं लिखा ना कि उसको अलाउड है चेंजेस करना या स्टूडेंट को अलाउड है।
लिस्ट तो वही भेज रहे हैं ना।
एक्चुअली यहाँ पे उस डाटा फ्लो का नाम लिस्ट है, ठीक है, या कहीं बुक रिक्वेस्ट फॉर्म है या कहीं पे परचेज ऑर्डर है, लेकिन हम कोई अथॉरिटी लेवल नहीं इसमें, मतलब असेस राइट्स नहीं इसमें हम प्रोवाइड करते डाटा फ्लो डायग्राम में। डाटा फ्लो डायग्राम ओनली डिपिक्ट्स अबाउट द फ्लो ऑफ डाटा, हाउ डाटा विल फ्लो इन दिस सिस्टम।
ठीक है सर।
ठीक है, जो वो असेस राइट्स है वो आपके डेटाबेसेस में है, वो क्योंकि हमने डेटाबेस डिजाइन भी करना है आगे चल के इसमें, तो वो उसका पार्ट होगा। अब नाउ लेट्स सी कि क्या दिस डायग्राम इज सफिशिएंट टू डेवलप ए सॉफ्टवेयर फॉर दिस। इज इट सफिशिएंट? अभी बहुत सारी चीजें इसमें एब्स्ट्रैक्ट हैं। Now let's take it to the next level. इसमें क्या क्या है कि अगर हम इसी को लें, इसमें एक तो है जो एक ऐसा फंक्शन होगा जो एकेडमिक डिपार्टमेंट के साथ इंटरेक्ट कर रहा है। एक ऐसा सिस्टम है, परचेज सिस्टम है, जो पब्लिशर के साथ कर रहा है। एक सेल्स सिस्टम है जो स्टूडेंट और अकाउंट्स डिपार्टमेंट के साथ इंटरेक्ट कर रहा है. इज देयर एनीथिंग एल्स? ये इसको देखने से पता चल रहा है, मतलब फ्रॉम दिस प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट एंड फ्रॉम दिस जीरो लेवल. सो लेट्स डू नेक्स्ट लेवल पे. Say this is first level DFD. Now what I have done is I have divided that zero level single process into 3 processes. Okay, here it's okay. Say process 1.0 and other process is 2.0 and other process is say 3.0. This is say academic department interaction subsystem say. Okay, this is for interaction with academic department. Here is entity, same entity, academic department. What it was giving? It was giving textbook master list. Textbook master list. And it was returning something kind of feedback on TBML, textbook master list. Now the second is say purchase system. Purchase system or subsystem. Okay. Purchase system. This is I am considering. You can write here publisher interaction subsystem, and this may be student interaction subsystem, or it is say sales system. Okay. Now with this once it is ready, this whole textbook master list. So what it will do? It will provide textbook master list. You can write here final, approved, or only textbook master list. Okay, textbook master list. Now one thing is there, academic department when will prepare, this is an interaction system, when it's preparing it. So what it will do, this academic department interaction system will keep one copy of which they are sending to this publish inventory system. One copy they will store it in their record, so that whenever feedback will come, we need to refer to that textbook master list. Okay, that copy is stored here, and when there will be any feedback, we need to refer to this. This is again textbook master list. Now that I told you, you cannot write here this arrow, because that textbook master list may be of say 10th February, and which you are retrieving may be of 2nd February. Okay, so that all will be there. The date or textbook master list number will be there. So on that basis, it will retrieve. And this database is say textbook master list data DB, or you can write any other title DB also, whatever it is. Okay. Now you stored that copy and you retrieved whenever it is required, and textbook master list will go to purchase system, and purchase system is interacting with, yes, publisher. So let's add here publisher. आप सुनते रहना, क्योंकि मेरी हैंडराइटिंग ऐसी है, फिर वो बाद में समझ में नहीं आएगी. मैं साथ साथ बोल रहा हूँ, एंड आई थिंक रिकॉर्डिंग इज आल्सो देयर, तो आई विल अपलोड. तो टेक्स्ट बुक मास्टर लिस्ट जो है उसके बेसिस पे, नाउ से देयर इज सम स्टॉक आल्सो देयर. आई टोल्ड यू दैट देयर इज अनदर डेटाबेस व्हिच दिस कैंपस बुक स्टोर मेंटेन, दैट इज अबाउट क्वांटिटी. quantity on hand, or you can write stock on hand, whatever it is, quantity on hand. But in this, if you want to write add, okay, add DB, okay, or you can write textbook database, okay, anything. No, textbook master is there, master list is there, and you will retrieve for any particular title what is quantity available, okay, quantity available, say quantity say available, this variable is there, and on that basis it will prepare for all titles, it will prepare a purchase order, and that purchase order will go to publisher, that purchase order, and a copy of that purchase order, okay, that will be kept in another database, okay, create here only, PODB. One copy of the same purchase order will be stored here for later reference. Now publisher is going to send books and packing slip, books and packing slip. Now we didn't mention here the payment, so that also we can show in 0 level, and then accordingly we can show in next levels, higher levels also. But one thing is sure, that any new entity cannot be added in any higher level, first level or second level. Whatever entities you will show at 0 level, so all those will be the active entities, and they are going to play some role in the complete system. Okay, no new entity can be added. So any entity, if it will be there, it will increase or decrease the scope of the system. So publisher will send books and packing slip, and when it will send, purchase order will be referred. So purchase order will be retrieved for against which this receipt has come. Okay, and then books along with this thing, there was a receiving department we considered. So books along with packing slip, books and packing slip. Okay, it will go to this receiving department, and what we have written, what it will give back? Report. Okay, report
Shipment.
on shipment report. Oh my god. Shipment report. Okay, and that shipment report will be forwarded to say publisher. Sorry, shipment report. Now, whatever books you have received and they are correct, so what you will do, you will on that basis update stock. I think purchase things are done, or still anything is left?
What if the available book is not in the stock? Book is not in the stock.
You please repeat the words. Exactly same. But if book is not available in the stock. Okay? There is one if statement. If when we use if statement for conditional requirements, decision making.
Yes.
Okay. So all conditions and decision making, that is not part of data flow diagram. Very good question. So that will not be, because it is only sequential flow representation of the sequential flow of data. And if there is any conditional requirement, of course, in any system, there will be if conditions, conditional requirements will be there. And for that, we will be drawing a separate decision tree or decision table. Okay, that is also one tool for representing the conditional requirements. That also we will do. We will solve the problems in Tute. Okay. So purchase has been done. Now you can show here that available stock or available titles, anything. Okay. So that will be always updated. Now, here were two entities. One is accounts department and the other is student. Okay. Student will send क्या था, book request form. Book request form along with maybe payment. Okay. And then on that basis, we will retrieve some books. Okay. We will see on the basis of that form the availability. Books. From this catalog also we can see that available, but they will keep on updating. So this list, this is total available, but this is on the basis of only these titles. Books, available or books. Okay. They have come and then these books will go to student along with cash register, sales receipt. Okay. One copy of this will go to accounts department, cash register, sales receipt. And we will, just a minute, and we will, what we will do, this should not interact. Okay, ये क्रॉस मैंने दिखा दिया, but it should not happen. Okay, ये कर नहीं सकते हम, तो आपको किसी और तरीके से करना होगा, डायग्राम को इसको बनाना होगा, मतलब स्कीमेटिक उस हिसाब से होनी चाहिए. This is update stock, update sale or update stock, because already here it is there. So this data flow is, this data will be different from this. This is the total stock. So you can say update sale. जो आपने बुक्स दे दी उनको अपडेट कर दो, इसमें क्वांटिटी सब्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएगी. Here quantity on hand will be plus update stock. Here quantity on hand will be minus update sale. Okay. Yes, please.
Sir, here don't we have to make database of student and accounts also, like which student have taken which book and what are the payments? So they have to create databases for that also.
For okay, you can keep here one cash register sales receipt DB and store that. Okay. In this everything will be there.
Okay.
Got it? Now let's see quickly. This is also a simple process. In this, we are receiving one thing, but in this, there are two things. This process. Okay, let's split it into further two processes. See how. One is purchase order preparation, and the other is receiving. This is say 2.1. The other is say 2.2. Now, what we can do is we can represent it like this dotted line. that it is process 2.0. Okay, so input will remain same to this. What it was? Textbook master list. Okay, now textbook master list has come to this process, and this process is, say, purchase order. It's not clear. Purchase order preparation. Okay, here it's, say, receiving department process. So it will be, say, receiving stock. Okay, that process. Process name will always contain a verb because process is an action. So it will contain a verb. So naming conventions also you need to take care of. ये नहीं कि इसका नाम आपने रख दिया stock, okay, और आपने इसका नाम रख दिया publisher, ठीक है, ऐसे नहीं कर सकते, तो that will be wrong. Publisher is an entity. तो purchase order preparation, इसमें now you can understand that this will be textbook master list. तो purchase order बना, उसको आपने परचेज ऑर्डर के लिए एक डेटाबेस रखा है यहाँ पे, PODB, ऑलरेडी इट्स देयर. ओके, PO की एक कॉपी इसमें चलेगी. PO, ये क्या हुआ, पब्लिशर के पास this is, there is no space actually on table. Publisher, this PO will go to this publisher, form 17 or whatever it is, and publisher will send books and packing slip there was a receipt department also. So receipt department is also part of second process. So it will be here. Receiving department. So this will go to books and packing slip as it is. And they were to send what? It was what we have, shipment report. Shipment report. And this purchase order was prepared on the basis of what? There was quantity on hand database. Oh, space. Okay, keep it here. Quantity on hand. It's a better name would have been textbook DB. Okay, textbook master DB, because quantity on hand we will retrieve here from this. Okay, so now, but we have used it, so let's continue with that only. Quantity on hand DB. So this process for preparing purchase order will take quantity available from here and will prepare that purchase order. So now when this is received, so it will retrieve one copy of purchase order also. Okay, and that purchase order will go to this department PO because they are to refer it. And when they will give updated stock, okay, they will give me to this department that they will tell which particular books that update stock. Okay, and this process will update the stock because these two cannot interact directly. Got it? Okay, any doubt in this?
Which two cannot interact directly?
Pardon?
Sir, you were saying something about which two cannot interact directly.
See, this is database and this is entity So in first slide, I told you the conventions. So entity and database cannot interact directly. That is why first it will send update stock to process, and process will send the same update stock to here. Otherwise, it could have been directly.
Okay, sir.
See here, we have seen that entity to database, they cannot interact directly. I hope it is clear, but don't worry that with the first experience of drawing data flow diagram, at least 20% you will learn. Okay. Here objective is that if you think, say now onwards, okay, if you go to restaurant, say, okay, means one of the very major important objective of this course is system thinking. So whenever you go to restaurant to enjoy food, just in your mind, somewhere in back of your mind, there should be that what all processes are there in the restaurant. Say placing a order, okay, then order preparation is there, then order will come, you will enjoy your food, and then you will pay. So you think that in terms of circles, rectangles, open-ended rectangles, data flows, okay, that should be there. Okay, then only you'll be able to draw these all. I hope things are clear. Anything you want to ask? So in the next tude, what I will do, I'll give you a statement. First, you will draw your zero level data flow diagram and you will share your screen with me, or your means from CAM only on your notebook you can show me. Because till and until you will not draw with your hand, with your pen and paper, you will not understand. Okay, it will look like होता है ना मैथ में कि कर लेंगे ये तो हो गया मतलब यहाँ पे हो गया, पेपर पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है, हो गया. ओके, वो नहीं होगा, मतलब फिर कभी नहीं होता. बट यू नीड टू टेक पेन एंड पेपर एंड यू नीड टू ड्रॉ. Okay, once you will start, you will keep on adding. Okay, you have seen. If already I would have drawn it and shown you, then it was very easy for me to prepare a slide and to show you. No need of this pointer or this, because the screen doesn't work, so that's why additional that add is there on that I am writing. That's why that writing is also a problem and using it also a problem. ठीक है, तो for today it's enough. Thank you. Okay.